Do you think the president should be given the prerogative to add, or in this case, subtract? At all? Should the president be given the prerogative to add or subtract at all, or should it just be purely ministerial?
I think the president should stay out of the selection process to begin with. Otherwise, why have a committee?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So why in the decree? Why was she given this prerogative?
No, there's no prerogative talked about here. In fact, in the guidelines, once the selection has been made, this is forwarded to the palace for confirmation. A proclamation and conferment of the award. Okay. Nowhere does it say that she may add or whatever. It's just that, you know, how it is here. Parang nalalagyan mo ng konting espasyo, no? You give her a little room for, let's face it, I mean, no process is perfect.
So when it started, the president did not add or subtract?
No, I don't.
Well,
you know, Ramos did.
Isa.
Come on, I mean, let's name
Estrada
it.
did.
Yeah, Estrada did. Yeah. They all added one. Okay? And President
no uproar.
Arroyo.
Meron. At every instance. At every instance. Well, speaking of categories, are there set categories for the awards?
Yes, there are.
There are. So, can you name a national artist? Can you name an artist, a national artist outside of the purview of these categories?
Well, it's never been done. Well, Ramos actually, came up with a totally new category when he
named literary history or historical literature, some such.
Yes. Okay, like for example, fashion. In this year, we have Pitoy Moreno for fashion. Is fashion one of the categories?
No, I think it was subsumed under architecture.
Yes, and allied arts, architecture,
allied
design,
arts.
and allied arts.
Okay.
So fashion design is acceptable.
Is within
After all,
definition.
Yeah. 3 years ago, we awarded Valera.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. And subsumed under that architecture and allied arts.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you talk about the process, and you're saying that there was an uproar before, but not as loud as the uproar. On Friday, tomorrow, you are having a necrological service, right?
Yes,
for the death of the National Awards. Yeah. Those are very strong words to have a necrological service. What are you saying, in effect?
Sobra na, tama na. You know, I think yun ang gusto naming sabihin. Na doon kung tinatanggap namin yung pa isa-isang dagdag, ngayon, etong dagdag ng 4 at bawas ng 1, ay sobra na talaga.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. I did not know how to face the national artists. That's the truth. And you know me, I rarely speak up. You know, I don't. I try not to be offensive in any way, and we try our best to respect, you know, the what is so-called the prerogative, actually, or exercise of authority of the president. But I've always felt that she should also have respect for the process. Okay. That is so important. And in this case, I mean, I just felt like, you know, it's just thrown out the window.
Okay. Is the inclusion of the name of Cecil Alvarez, Carlo J. Caparas, or any of the 2 others, Manyosa and Moreno, a death knell, or does it say something about the failure of the system of choosing the national artists?
No. I think the meddling says something about the death knell of our total lack of respect for due process. I just think that's a terrible sign.
And I think it's also a sign of the death of delicadeza and plain good manners.
Okay, at this point, we are at a point of no return. Is that correct? They've already been declared. They've already been named. There's no way of putting it back into the system again, or what do you call this? Rebooting the system, to use a
Siguro
word.
It depends on the willingness, no? It depends on the willingness of individuals to say, yeah, okay, I made a mistake there.
Yes.
So it'll have to do with how open we are to that.
You know, a presidential spokesman came on the other day to say, hindi naman sila yung nag-appoint sa sarili nila. I-nominate naman sila ng iba. So walang failure na delicadeza dyan. And what I'm thinking is, you know, delicadeza emanates from the receiver of the boon.
Yeah.
It's incumbent upon you to see if something is not right. And if I were in their position, I would have the good sense to wait for proper recognition
Yeah.
and let the thing ripen in its own good time,
Yeah.
instead of, you know, adamantly embracing it now because you might never get it again.
Yeah.
Okay, Eddie, being a national artist and having gone through the whole process, do you feel that this diminishes the value of your personal award?
I think it would be kind of presumptuous to take that attitude. I'm very pleased to receive the award,
Yes.
and that's as far as I'm involved in the process. I don't really care about the process all that much.
When you were being chosen, or when you were being deliberated upon as national artist, did you know that you were being deliberated upon?
I heard some rumors, but they were rather. It was hard to confirm them.
Okay. Is lobbying a process is lobbying something that's accepted for national artists?
No.
Do you
It's
think there
frowned
was?
upon, in
Okay.
fact.
Do you think that there was lobbying that happened here?
I most definitely
Okay.
think so.
Absolutely.
Somebody came up with these 4 names and brought them to the president's desk for signing. They didn't just walk there. So somebody.
And there was so much in the press. There was
So
so
there's
much in the
there
press,
is no there's no such thing as an honors committee. That's what you're saying.
I'd like to know who these people are.
Okay.
Invisible committee.
And on that controversial note, I'd like to thank Butch, Emily, and Eddie for joining us tonight. I wish really that we had more time to discuss this. We'll see you again next week. For Media in Focus, I'm Cheche Lazaro. Thank you and good night.